I'm Janice, and Faith Ormsby is my mentor, my friend, and my family. Faith's guidance, advice, and emotional support has been invaluable and has helped me navigate and adapt to this new chapter in my life. She has been a constant source of strength and inspiration to me, and I'm truly grateful for her making my transition so smooth.
I'm from Delaware, but I've lived my whole life in Arizona. My background has been a combination of tumultuous and stable. I spent some time in the foster care, I was adopted, landed in prison, and now I'm here. You know, after so long, it just becomes a part of your life, and one thing leads to another thing. We're running around on recreationals that aren't totally legal and end up with the wrong crowd. And I don't necessarily like to consider it like a wrong turn, because had that not happened, I wouldn't be where I am today. I think going back to that moment where I decided that I was going to change my life and make things different was a series of things, none of them happening before I went to prison. But mostly while we're sitting in county, we're sitting in prison, and they're the same ladies coming in and out and in and out, and understanding that leaving prison well into my 30s, that was not how I wanted to live my life. I just wanted to be home and work, be a grandma, be a mom, be a wife. No desire to do the merry-go-round of the justice system. I was already working at Televerde, but I started taking my job at Televerde more seriously. I started looking at it as a real job, not a prison job. I started looking at it as potentially having a future, not just, something I was going to do until I left and that was going to be it. I started setting myself up on a path to be able to bring my position home or fight like hell to have one. Immediately when I left prison, I felt relief. Immediately upon going to the restaurant after I left prison, I felt overwhelmed. The idea of having options and choices and, not quite knowing what the rest of your life is going to look like can be overwhelming. I immediately had a mentor that I had already worked with as a client with Televerde, Lorena Fortuna. So I immediately knew that I had somebody who would help support me and who would help build me up and, carry me even if I couldn't myself. Being a mentor has changed my life because it has allowed me to know when to set boundaries. It has allowed me to know when to loosen those boundaries, when to stay firm in those boundaries. But it's given me an opportunity to give back. And it's given me an opportunity to be a part of some really, really amazing women's stories for the rest of their lives, regardless as to where they are. You never forget the people that helped you grow and the people that helped you do it better. I think if I'm talking about common advice that I give my mentees, it is take it one day at a time, and to remember that it's not all going to happen today. A lot of the times I talk to my mentees, they're stressed out because they don't have a job yet, they don't have this yet, they don't have that yet. And my answer is always, well, why did you expect you to? The most common bit of advice I give to my mentees is keep your life expectations of self realistic, attainable. If we put all these crazy pressures on ourselves, then we set our own selves up to fail, and we can't blame anybody but us. I think that mentoring helps with the transition of the future graduates because it lets them know before they leave that they have somebody they can lean on, that if they are going to it alone, they're not alone. They're no longer alone. But whether it be your first time or your fourth time, you need to know that you have a legit, solid person whose only goal in life is to see you succeed. I think that Dawn Coppin's legacy shines through every day, through everything that we do. She had an unconditional love. She did not judge. She put her life struggles, her struggles with her illness, and just surviving second. She every day wanted to make sure that she afforded every opportunity to every woman coming home the ability to not have to go back to what they wanted to do, to what they did do, and just continue to pay it forward and breathe the same life that was breathed into her. Like, she, every day, I see Don Coppin's legacy through unconditional love, a judgment-free zone, innovation, and, you know, a love for life that it's really hard to duplicate, but we try to live it. So what it means to me to be nominated for the Don Coppin's Mentor of the Year Award means that I'm doing something right. I'm living well. I don't feel entirely worthy of it, but someone else thinks that I'm worthy of it. And it means that I am being noticed. Even when I'm not asking for that recognition, it means that I am making a larger impact than I think that I am. It means a lot of things, all of them very emotional things, but it means that I'm doing something right, and someone else saw it.